What's up guys, DuArktik with another Marvel Strike Force video, and in this video we're going to talk about Cosmic Crucible Season 4. Yes, it's coming very soon, and it's going to bring huge changes to Cosmic Crucible. A lot more teams are going to be viable, and this might be somewhat exciting, but it all depends on how long Season 4 is going to run for. And some of these rooms, even that they are new, they are still a little bit boring, that don't have a lot of complexity to it, so they might still be sleeper rooms, as you cannot put many options in those rooms. And something that has not been mentioned yet is that the developers mentioned that we should have a Tournament 32 in between seasons. It seems like in between Season 3 and Season 4 there will be no Tournament 32. I'm not exactly sure why, but it's unfortunate. I think the Tournament 32 is very exciting, but I guess the developers just think it's better to jump to the next season because the Season 3 was so terrible. Okay, so in this video we are going to talk about the new rules for Season 4, and we're also going to talk about certain teams that you should have your eyes open and be on the lookout to use them in these new rooms. There are some very interesting rooms, and there are some teams that take huge benefits out of those rooms, so you're gonna mention all of those. And as always, if you find information on this video helpful, make sure you share it with your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and make sure you smash that like button like a boss. Before we start, since the Cosmic Crucible Season 3 is ending, the spreadsheet that we have for counters for Season 3, it's going to be deleted. We'll have a new spreadsheet for Season 4. If you want to have free access to this spreadsheet with the counters for Cosmic Crucible Season 4, make sure you participate on my Discord during the first month with information and data, so we can make a good database of counters for this. I usually put my own counters, I put counters from other people there as well. And if you want to have access for the first month, you just have to participate. Beyond the first month, it's going to be for YouTube members and Twitch subscribers that always get instant access to it. But like I said, you can join for free as well. And with the new patch, of course, make sure you check out the channel daily. We'll probably do 2 videos per day or 3 videos per day, depending on how much is going on. But there are going to be tons of reworks. There are like 3 teams or 4 teams that are going to get reworks. We have 5 or 6 new characters. It's quite crazy. This patch should be maybe 2 months. I expect it to be 2 months since we have so many characters. So a lot of T4s, recommendations and strategies on how to use these characters in Alliance Wars, Cosmic Crucible, and so on. So make sure you pay attention to the channel. Okay, so let's get started. Cosmic Crucible Season 4. We're going to take a look at the rules. We're going to see which teams are going to be useful. I'm going to show you some of the teams, and I'm going to mention other teams. So let's get started. Room number 1. Let's take a look. The rules are the following. Raider characters, so characters with ISO 8 Raider, on crit will apply minor defense down to the characters that they attacked. And then striker characters under 50% health gain 200% damage. So obviously, if you have a team, like for example Gamma, that we see right here in the middle, if you have a team that has both raiders and strikers, you want to make sure that this team has a lot of sustain and mitigation of damage. This is why Gamma is one of the teams that I'm going to mention here, because they benefit of both of these, depending on your ISO 8 choices, of course. But a lot of people have Raider on Red Hulk and on Abomination, and Striker on Brawn and Hulk, so this could be a good team for you to use on this room. Then we also have Hero Asgardians, we also have Unlimited. Both of these teams use Raider ISO 8 on multiple characters, but also Striker on a few characters. Of course, some of these teams are going to be better than others on defense and on offense. For example, Hero Asgardians, they are going to be great on defense if you have them big enough, of course. And Gamma, they can be good on defense and on offense, depends on how you prefer to use them. Unlimited is going to be good both ways because they have special AI that helps to focus on the characters that matter. Beyond these 3 teams that we mentioned, Unlimited, Gamma, and Hero Asgardians, you could also use Bionic Avengers. Tangled Web, Rebirth, Infinity Watch, and Hydra, that are also characters that use a variety of Raider ISO 8 and Striker ISO 8. So we have a few options for this room. The biggest problem is that the 20% health and damage that the teams on defense usually have, it's not enough. It's just not enough. You can clap on them very easily unless you have massive investments on your defensive teams. So keep that in mind. On offense, you should always have an advantage. So you really want to balance out which are the strongest teams you have on defense and the strongest teams you have on offense. Okay, so that's room number 1. Let's take a look at room number 2. Here we go. Room number 2. All raid bonuses are active in Cosmic Crucible on this specific room. Holy shit. Damn, boy, that's gonna be crazy. So we have several teams that have raid bonuses. We have New Warriors, we have Bionic Avengers, we have Dead Seed, we have Rebirth, we have Invaders, we have also Web Warriors, and we have also Bifrost. Some of these teams are fairly new, some of these teams are fairly overpowered, like Bifrost, and it's going to be very interesting because you kind of have your Cosmic Crucible teams also competing against your raid teams, right? So you can use your Masters of Evil against your Rebirth with raid bonuses, and maybe your Rebirth team is going to be too strong and Masters of Evil cannot beat it. Who knows, right? It's going to be somewhat interesting to see these two different game modes fighting against each other. We have to remember that teams like Rebirth, they have massive stat increase with the raid bonuses. For example, US Agent is going to apply stun with his ultimate. Captain Carter is going to give armor and health to the entire team, more than she already gives. She already gives 30% health and armor. Now it's going to be 60% health and armor. That's going to be a huge deal. And then they have the safeguard mechanics that will protect them against teams like Eternals and other options. So it's going to be huge. Bifrost, they're going to be super fast, flipping your speed up. So for example, if you use the Bifrost on defense and if you use Masters of Evil on offense, you could get clapped by Bifrost. So it's going to be quite interesting and fun to see which of these teams are going to reign supreme on room number 2. So once again, all raid bonuses are active on the room number 2 of Cosmic Crucible, and the teams that we have some value is Web Warriors, Bionic Avengers, Dead Seed, Rebirth, Invaders, New Warriors, and Bifrost. We're gonna see exactly which team is going to dominate, if it's gonna be the raid teams or the Cosmic Crucible teams. Okay, let's move on to room number 3. Here we go. Room number 3. Cosmic Heroes on turn gain Deflect, and Cosmic Heroes when attacked apply defense down to the attacker. This is okay. Unfortunately, we don't have a lot of Cosmic Heroes. We have a lot of global characters, we have a lot of global heroes, but we don't have a lot of city heroes and Cosmic Heroes, which is unfortunate. Hopefully this is something that will be fixed in the near future. There are so many Cosmic characters on Marvel that we should have a lot more than this, but anyway. So, characters that benefit from Deflect, right away we can take a look at Nowhere, right? If you have Deflects on your team on Nowhere, they are going to get more damage and more armor, so that alone is going to be massive. Nowhere is probably going to be the best team to use on room number 3, but then we have a few other options that we could also use as well. We have Hero Asgardians, we have Eternals, we have Infinity Watch, and then we have like Fantastic Four, Guardians of the Galaxy, and Inhumans. I mean, it's sad to mention these teams because some of these teams are quite fun and some of these teams would definitely benefit of these buffs, but unfortunately we only have 2 or 3 teams that are playable. And this is the problem with these rooms, is that it doesn't matter what you put on this team. Let's be honest, beyond Nowhere, I don't think other teams will greatly benefit of this. Maybe you want to do some hybrid team between Nowhere and Eternals, but I mean, we don't have many options to use here. and it's quite sad. And this is why, unfortunately, like some of these rooms are still irrelevant because the global rules don't matter. I didn't mention the global rules, but that's the point. They are so meaningless that you don't even have to mention them. We can take a look at them, but at the end of the video, but it's not gonna matter. So unfortunately, on room number 3, the only characters that really matter: Infinity Watch, Nowhere, Eternals, Hero Asgardians. And I mean, if you really take into consideration, it's all about Nowhere and Eternals. Okay, let's move on to room number 4. This is a little bit more fun. So yeah, this room is gonna be a lot of fun actually. So on turn, if a character has taunt, gain offense up. Okay, great. We have a lot of characters with taunt. We have Captain Sam, Captain America, Miss Marvel Hard Light. We have the minions from Kingpin. There are so many characters with taunt that's gonna be fine. But then we have the second part of the room bonuses, and this is when all changes. On turn, all allies with offense up gain assist now. Once again, I'm going to repeat. On turn, all allies with offense up gain assist now. This is gonna be huge, really huge, because we have so many options that we can use here. Is quite insane. I made a list of the ones that I think it's gonna be like literally crazy, but we have so many options here. So we can see right away, we can use Young Avengers because on spawn they get offense up. Then we have Underworld that very early on they can get offense up with Kingpin. And we also have Wakanda that also get offense up early on because of Black Panther. That means that every time you attack with one character, all your other allies are going to attack at the same time. So any kind of turning winds or defense downs on isolate attack, energy on isolate attack, stuns on isolate attack, I don't know, it's crazy. The things you can do with this bonus is quite ridiculous. But I just want to mention these ones early on because these are the most obvious ones, right? Wakanda, Underworld, and Young Avengers. But we have many other options. So for this room 4, with this offense up and assist mechanic, if you have offense up, we can talk about Gamma, Dead Seed, Hydra, Underworld, Young Avengers, Unlimited, X-Men, Hero Asgardians, Tangled Web, Sinister Six, Marauders, Masters of Evil, Eternals, New Warriors, Wakanda, Nowhere, Secret Avengers, and Astonishing X-Men. You could also say Uncanny X-Men. I mean, the possibilities on this room are quite endless. You have so many options, is absolutely ridiculous. So this is great because that means that the limiting factor is not going to be room number 4, it's going to be the other rooms, right? And whatever you put on the other rooms, you are not going to try to put on room 4. And that's a good thing because the other rooms are a lot more trashier than this one. So whatever you put here, you are always going to have a huge benefit. Of course, some teams will be better than others, but at the end of the day, this is going to be quite exciting because you have many options of the teams that we had to get up anyway, like once again Unlimited, Gamma, Dead Seed, and some other teams that were required for Apocalypse, or that were required to unlock the Horseman characters, or even for Dark Dimension 6. So I really like this room number 4, quite great, probably one of the most fun rooms that we have on the Season 4. Okay, let's move on, let's talk about room number 5. And room number 5 is also quite nice. Hero Mutants count as Astonishing X-Men, Uncanny X-Men, and Unlimited X-Men. So that means that Astonishing X-Men will also count as Uncanny and Unlimited. Unlimited will also count as Astonishing and Uncanny, and Uncanny will also count as Astonishing and Unlimited. This is huge because that means if you pair up Rogue, Gambit, Jubilee, and Colossus or Phoenix or Magic or whatever, you're gonna have like 100% extra health, you're gonna have like 50 or 100% drain, you're gonna have tons of barrier, you're gonna have offense subs, defense subs, energy flowing everywhere. It's gonna be literally insane. You have characters that are gonna be super impactful, like Gambit, Jubilee, Colossus, Rogue, Magic, but we also have Storm, we also have Sunfire. There are huge combinations that you can make with these characters, and you have to also remember that X Factor and X Force could also be paired up with these characters and also get additional health from them, right? So for example, if you pair up Dead Bros with Jubilee and with Gambit, Dead Bros, they are gonna get 80% more health. Holy shit, that's crazy. That's really crazy. And that can bring some of those older meta characters like X Factor and X Force for the Cosmic Crucible meta on this Season 4. Then on room number 5, we have another rule about Spider-Verse characters, and this kinda sucks because you are wasting a good bonus. You are using 2 good bonuses in just one room, and it's kinda lame, but whatever. So on top of Hero Mutants counting as Astonishing, Uncanny, Unlimited, we also have Spider-Verse characters also count as Tangle Web and Web Warriors. Now, this is okay, it's fine. We have had this room bonus in before, and it was kinda garbage, let's be honest, it was kinda garbage. We had like Tangle Web with Web Warriors, we had Tangle Web with Underworld, and it was trash. Let's be honest, it was garbage, it was trash. The only difference now is that Black Cat is coming to the game. And Black Cat, she's gonna be huge. She's the newest legendary, and together with Tangle Web, she might mess you up. So you have to be careful with this because there are a few options out there that could be somewhat interesting. You have to remember at the end of the day that whatever you use on room number 5, you cannot use on room number 4. And there are several options on room number 4 that would be useful on this room number 5 as well. So you have to be careful with that. Once again, I think the limiting factor is going to be the other rooms that are not number 4. And it's quite unfortunate that the developers decided to waste the Spider-Verse tag and the Hero Mutants tag on the same room, while they could have done this in the other rooms. For example, on the rooms of the raid characters, you could have Tangle Web also counting as Web Warriors and Hero Asgardians also counting as Bifrost. Big mistake, but whatever. It's the developers we have, and the envoys also don't bring the brightest ideas. Okay, room number 5, it's still quite exciting. We're going to be able to use maybe symbiotes, who knows. We could use symbiotes, we could use Web Warriors, we could use Sinister Six, we could use Underworld, we could use Tangle Web. There are some options there, and also of course Black Cat as the Secret Defender. I think she's the only Secret Defender that is Spider-Verse. Okay, now we have room number 6, and this room number 6 is also going to be very exciting. We have all special abilities cost 2 energy less. So the room has the same name that it had on Season 3, Building Momentum. But on Season 3, we had 2 more energy on the ultimate, 2 less energy on the ultimate, 2 more energy on the special. Now it's not going to be the same thing. Now we have 2 less energy on the special and 2 less energy on the ultimate. Holy shit, this is going to be insane. This is going to be literally insane. And as you can see, a lot of characters, a lot of very powerful characters are going to benefit from this. Dormammu, Apocalypse, Kang, Doctor Doom, Quicksilver, and also to want to make sure that you don't forget about Star-Lord T'Challa, right? Star-Lord T'Challa has some very interesting abilities with his special. He steals energy from the enemies. It's the only character outside of Alliance Wars defense that steals energy from the enemies, and that can be quite powerful, right? Because yes, your abilities cost 2 less, but if you remove that 2 energy that you have on spawn, then you can still not use the abilities. And it could be an interesting character because with these room bonuses, you could use his special quite often, which is the ability that steals the energy from the enemies. So that's going to be something definitely interesting. But as always, the characters you really want to have in mind is the characters with very low cooldowns on the ultimates. Eternals with Ikaris, Morgan Le Fay with Darkhold. We also have Shang-Chi, we also have Titania and Kang. There are many options, others that you can mention. Gamma Red Hulk is going to be able to do a special every single turn on this room. Then we have Captain Sam that will allow you to use his ultimate ability super often. We also have Nova. Nova in this type of room with less energy on the special and on the ultimate is also going to be a lot more dangerous. And of course, New Warriors, right? With New Warriors, you're going to be able to spam their ultimates and specials every other turn, and that's going to make them super deadly. So this room is going to be fast, is going to be furious, and we're going to see a lot of destruction and carnage happening in this room. This room is going to be super fun as well, without the crazy shenanigans that you're going to be able to do without these super overpowered characters that are going to benefit from these 2 less energy on both of their abilities. So yeah guys, that's the Season 4 room bonuses and which teams you should be on the lookout in order to take into consideration. Maybe you want to level up a little bit more your New Warriors. Maybe you want to adjust the ISO weight of your Gamma so you have more Raiders and more Strikers. But this Season 4 of Cosmic Crucible is a lot better than Season 3. Is it perfect? No, it's not perfect yet, but I would say I would give it a A+. Okay, maybe it's A+. It's not S tier season of Cosmic Crucible, but it's very, very good. So I hope you guys are excited for this new beginning of Cosmic Crucible. And as always, make sure you stay tuned to the channel. We'll have some Cosmic Crucible gameplay on the live streams, and then some of those clips will be used for videos, so you guys can learn which teams I'm using to counter this team or that team and so on. And as I mentioned before, we'll also have the spreadsheet on Discord in order for you to also take a look at the counters and so on. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to smash that like button, and if you found the video helpful, make sure you share it to your friends on Facebook and Discord. If you're new to my channel, make sure you subscribe for more Marvel Strike Force content, and I'll catch you guys later.